Evaluate the definite integral using integration by parts. So the integral is going from a lower bound of 4 to an upper bound of 9. And the integral is natural log of y divided by the square root of y dy. So first thing we're going to do is identify what we're going to let u equal. So we're going to let u equal the natural log of y. And then dv is going to equal 1 over the square root of y dy. And another way of writing this is y to the negative 1/2 dy. So let's take the derivative of both sides with respect to y. So du is going to equal 1 over y dy. And then we want to find the antiderivative of y to the negative 2, negative 1/2 power. So that's y to the negative 1/2 plus 1 over negative 1/2 plus 1. So we end up getting y to the 1/2 over 1/2, which is equal to 2 times y to the 1/2. Now let's go ahead and write our problem here. So we have our lower bound of 4, upper bound of 9. We have the natural log of y over the square root of y dy. So writing out our formula, u times v, going from a to b, minus the integral going from a to b, v du. So now let's go ahead and then substitute. So we have the natural log of y times v, which is 2y to the 1/2. And then we're evaluating that from 4 to 9. Minus going the integral from 4 to 9, we have v, which is 2y to the 1/2 times du, which is 1 over y dy. So let's go ahead and then simplify this just a little further. So we have 2 times y to the 1/2, which is the same thing as the square root of y, times the natural log of y. And we're going from 4 to 9. And then since we have a constant here of 2, we can factor that out. And then minus, so we know that this is 2 to the 1/2 over y. And so when you have the same base and you divide them, you subtract exponents. So that's going to be 1/2 minus 2 over 2, which is equal to 2y to the negative 1/2. So here we're going to integrate 4 to 9, and then 2y to the negative 1/2 dy. And so we already know that the antiderivative of that we found up here, which is 2y to the 1/2. So we're going to have 2 times the square root of y times the natural log of y, going from 4 to 9. And then minus 2. So we have minus 2. And then times the antiderivative, which is 2y to the 1/2. going from 4 to 9. Okay, now what we can do is we can go ahead and then factor out the 2. So we can go ahead and just rewrite this. So we have 2 times the square root of y times the natural log of y going from 4 to 9. And then factor out the 2, so 2 times minus 2 is minus 4. And then y to the 1/2 is the square root of y going from 4 to 9. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and evaluate. So we have 2, and then we have parentheses, the square root of 9 times the natural log of 9 minus the square root of 4 times the natural log of 4 minus 4 times the square root of 9 minus the square root of 4. So we have 2 times the square root of 9, which is 3 times the natural log of 9, minus the square root of 4 is 2 times the natural log of 4, minus 4, the square root of 9 is 3, minus the square root of 4 is 2. So let's go ahead and distribute the 2 here. So we have 2 times 3, which is 6 times the natural log of 9, minus 2 times 2 is 4 times the natural log of 4, minus 4 times 1 is going to be minus 4. And therefore, there is our result.